Hello, everybody. Today we are going to go over bucketing the civilizations, but religions, bucketing Western religions. So this is very similar to bucketing the civilizations that we did, and we will do the Judaism portion today, and then you will finish the rest as we go on. So these are all things that we should know from our notes that we took last week or from the readings that we took. So the Holy Book of Judaism, we had the Holy Book of Judaism. So if you remember, you have the Holy Book, which is called the Tanakh, and then you also have the Torah. So we'll go ahead and write those both in here, and just give me 1 second. I'm getting my stylus to work. Okay, so you have the Tanakh, and then you also had the Torah, which is the 5 books written by Moses. And it was written in Hebrew. The Tanakh, the Torah, was written in Hebrew. So, who are the leaders? Well, we have quite a few leaders in Judaism, if you remember. That's because this is like, the foundation of Western religion. So, you have Yahweh or Adonai, Abraham, patriarchs, which is Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You have Moses. He delivers the Israelites from Egypt, out of Egypt. King David. King David is the second king of Israel. He unites the tribes of Israel. And you have Solomon, King David's son. So those are the leaders. For history of Judaism, if you remember, we had like 3 whole slides on the history of Judaism. So we can talk about the highlights a little bit. About the history of Judaism. So they were the first monotheistic religion. So we can definitely talk about that. First monotheistic religion. And began around 2 BC in Mesopotamia. And God called a man named Abraham, and made a covenant or promise with him. So God made a covenant with Abraham. And that is the beginning of the Hebrew people. I'll write that in just a second, because right here, while I have the covenant, oh no, what did I do? Oops. I'm going to also write the two parts of the covenant are God's relationship with Abraham's descendants and the promised land, or Canaan. So this was the beginning of the Hebrew people. And so then we get Moses. Moses delivers Israel out of Egypt. And that is known as the Exodus. Sorry, I know this one's a lot and it's hard for me to write small with this stylus. So the kingdom splits, and then you have diaspora. Kingdom splits, diaspora. Okay. So that's what we'll say for the history of Judaism. The different holidays that we talked about are Hanukkah, oops, cannot write. We also talked about Passover, Rosh Hashanah, and Yom Kippur. Their beliefs. This was the last slide of our PowerPoint, remember? And so we talked about how they were monotheistic. They're monotheistic. They established a covenant with God. They believe in circumcision and the 10 Commandments. And the Torah tells of God's covenant and character and expectations. So that is everything that you should have for Judaism. If you want to, if you were struggling to keep up during the video, you could take a screenshot right now. That's what I would suggest. Take a screenshot, but you have to write it out yourself in your own. Some of you submitted screenshots for your bucketing the civilizations, and we need to not do that. We need to write it out ourselves. If you want to shorten the history section even into your own words, but so that you can understand it, you can do that as well.